Greetings and salutations, good friends, and welcome to Blades in Paradise. My name is Dr. Winston Thoreau, and I will be your guide to the perils and pleasures of our paradise amidst the post-apocalyptic Pacific Northwest. Now, we'll get to the chicanery and shenanigans momentarily, but before we do, allow me to deliver some news. Blades in Paradise is an actual play podcast run in John Harper's Blades in the Dark. We are proud to have been selected for the Evil Hat Games Creator Program. Bard Rock Network is sponsored by Dragon Master Games. Visit DragonMasterGames.com for all your CCG, TCG, TTRPG, and miniature game needs. If you enjoy the stories we tell, you can tip us on Ko-fi or visit us at patreon.com/bardrockcafe. By sponsoring the network, you not only help us provide an ever-expanding library of shows, but gain access to bonus content, the network Discord, exclusive booster game nights, and roles on our booster bonus table. Now, without further delay, allow me to introduce you to my cohorts Lizzie, Sterling, and Max, the crew of ESPN. Enjoy.
Blades in Paradise is a dystopian story intended for adults. These stories intentionally address challenging topics that might not be suitable for all ears. This campaign includes content warnings for gun violence, child endangerment, animal cruelty, unintentional misgendering of a non-binary person, substance use, and graphic descriptions of injuries, including the eyes. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello, and welcome back to Blades in Paradise, where... Oh, guys, I forgot to prep for tonight. I'm not ready to play Blades in the Dark. Should we play something else?
I think, Paul, tonight we should play...
Ooh, what about that one thing?
What thing is that, Justin?
That thing that you're talking about where we talk a lot as we record?
Russian roulette?
Yeah.
We don't live in the same location. Playing Russian roulette would be really complicated. You know how hard it is to mail firearms across state lines, let alone country lines?
I do, actually.
That's what I'm saying. We can't just mail around a revolver, guys.
The turnaround time on those episodes would be entirely way too long.
Dom, do me a favor and just edit in the sound of a gunshot right here. Okay, bit over.
Yeah, tonight, guys, we're actually going to be playing Oh Captain, My Captain by James D'Amato. James D'Amato is the founder of the One Shot Network, and part of the reason that I got incredibly into tabletop role-playing games. Oh Captain, My Captain is descended from the Queen game, based off of For the Queen, designed by Alex Roberts, who I'm sure many of you have heard of. She's very well known in the tabletop and game design community. And long story short, we're going to be learning tonight about our captain, one Benny Franks. We've done a lot of talking about Benny, but we haven't quite defined our relationship to Mr. Franks. When we play Oh Captain, My Captain, what we're going to do is we're going to take a series of story cards, and we're going to read them aloud, one at a time. Our captain is going to be seeing us in a desperate circumstance. We're all looking for a prize that's going to set everything right. And we'll determine that prize over the course of the game. And we're not going to say what it actually is until we hit the decision at the end of the game. We're part of a crew led by a legendary captain. And recently we've fallen on hard times. We've taken losses and missed opportunities, and our resources are dwindling. Some of us have even begun to whisper about mutiny. But our captain, as always, emerges with the plan to claim a marvelous prize, insisting that it will turn around everything and reward everyone in the crew beyond their wildest dreams. Sounds like a job for a bunch of scoundrels. But we do have to go on a perilous journey to claim this prize. And we've been selected as part of this group for one reason. The captain knows that as we all begin this adventure, that we believe in them.
So that is the game. Before I set the scene, let's do our standard introductions. Everybody go. We're going to go around and do introductions like you normally do. If you didn't prepare them thinking that's not how this game would be structured, you're winging it.
Let me be frank about Benny. It's Dr. Winston Thoreau. Hi, everyone. I'm Jim, he, him, and I play Dr. Winston Thoreau, also he, him. Normally the whisperer of the group. I will just be a dutiful member of our captain's crew this week. Fun fact about Dr. Winston Thoreau, this is the one and only job that he has ever held. Despite the fact that he went through lots of hard menial labor at the orphanage, he has never had to fill out a W-2 form for any other organization other than ESPN.
Hi everyone, my name's Justin, and I play Maximilian Graves, the cantankerous old codger, and he would like to introduce you to Benny. So, we'll kill the fatted calf tonight, so stick around, yeah, you're gonna hear electric music, solid walls of sound. Say, Candy and Ronnie, have you seen them yet? Oh, but they're so spaced out. Benny and the Jets. Oh, wait. Are we talking about Benny and the Jets or...
Damn it, Justin, I was going to do a Benny and Jets joke. Now I have to think of a new fact for my part.
Chaos Goblin strikes again.
Hi, I'm Queenie, aka Lizzie Calhoun, the hound of the group. And tonight, I don't know much about Benny. I'm going to learn probably a lot because, well, I'm just a random employee. I don't really have anything personal about him that I know.
That you haven't decided yet, anyway. That is the purpose of the game. But you still need a fact about you. If you don't decide, I don't think I don't know anything about Benny as a fact. That's actually an absence of a fact. Nice try, though.
Hey, I had to try. Before Benny, my captain was Mayor McCheese, because I worked in the city hall when I was back home in Tightwad.
There you go. Perfectly cromulent fact.
Hey, that actually does work. Because you did learn something. She knows paperwork.
Didn't we make a joke about everybody in Tightwad being a notary?
I think we did.
So.
Which, honestly, logistically, it makes sense for somebody in City Hall to be a notary.
Hi, I'm Riley. They pronouns. I play Sterling most of the day. The fresh and scrappy scoundrel still carrying a live rat, whose very first tattoo was a fruit bat. And I'm also interested in learning more about Benny Franks.
Wait, but does this mean Sterling really likes, oh god, what is that movie? Why can I not remember it now? It's the one that Avatar is exactly like, but it's a children's cartoon. Fern Gully. There we go.
Oh, that Avatar. As has been the case with the Avatar franchise and Avatar The Last Airbender franchise, I was confused which Avatar you were talking about.
I agree. I was too at first until he said Fern Gully. Okay, that Avatar.
Yo, that Avatar wouldn't suck if there was a Fire Nation. I'll put it that way.
I'm just saying this. I just want to point out it's not the plot of Fern Gully, it's the plot of Pocahontas. There is a slight difference. Anyway, back to me. I did promise you guys would get facts from me as the Blades Daddy every episode now. So, what happened to Benny? What happened to his heart and the ideals he once pursued? The fact about Benny this week is because vampires are long-lived and have to continue to pass themselves off as different people all the time, Benny does change his last name every few hundred years. What he'll do is he'll pass himself on as his own son, and like, oh yeah, no, my son's taking over the family business, and he'll do makeup or whatever to look a little older over time, and then he will just start playing his own son and be like, oh yeah, dad retired. But yeah, he does change his surname every few hundred years, which means at some point he was Benny Anderjets, which is what the song is about. We got there.
Benny Anderjets, that's such a good name.
So he passes himself off as his son with the same first name and a different...
Well, no. Those are two unrelated things. So for a couple hundred years, he'll play the same guy and then his son. And then eventually when he needs to change, at some point when he wants to the government records to fall off of him, he'll just transfer his assets to a different guy and change his last name. It was more complicated once we got to the 20th century and written records were more standard. Which is one of the reasons the vampires did away with a lot of written records. That was part of the bit, right? He would play his own son, but eventually once people, he didn't want to do that thing where you see the paintings, it's all the same guy, so he'd change lineages and be like, no, I'm a different family entirely now. Two unrelated facts about how Benny passed himself off as a human for several hundred years. That was the entire modus operandi.
Why didn't he just do Benny the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, however many?
That is what he was doing, but because he didn't want people to think, oh, those paintings look too similar, every 7 or 8 generations, he'd I'm gonna be Benny with a different last name and just be a completely unrelated guy.
Why did he feel the need to commission paintings of himself every couple 20 to 40 years?
Because he's a rich 1,000-plus-year-old vampire and he was full of himself. He went through a phase, okay?
Yeah, but if you're trying to conceal your identity, you're not going to conceal a portrait of yourself, commission a portrait of yourself every so often. It's also a waste of money because you could just use the same portrait over and over again.
Only problematic people who are still problematic exist in Blades. Benny was always not even though he's a vampire, he was as minimally problematic as he could be while being a vampire. Procter and Gamble would be like, "Why the fuck are you eating rats?" I'm like, "Because eating people is wrong." Like that kind of thing. Are you getting so many Benny facts that you guys keep ribbing me?
Maybe that's why Max likes rats.
Before you set the scene, Paul, let me just explain a couple things about Oh Captain, My Captain. Oh Captain, My Captain is a game about prompts, and all of these prompts are regarding a central figure, in our case, Betty Franks. What we need to figure out over the course of this series is sort of what we need to know about Benny. And there's going to be a lot of questions about your relationship with him, about things that you may know about him or may have kept hidden about him. And if at any point in time you don't feel comfortable answering a question, you don't have to. I can just pull the next card. If at any point in time you decide that you want to hear somebody else answer the question instead because it fits their character better, just send it right over to that person and it's their responsibility to answer it. After the person has answered the question, we then have a little bit of a comment period where we can ask as many clarifying questions or help them build on the lore and the world building, if at all possible.
Cool.
It is the night after you stopped the trial from being able to pursue with the black box. You have sabotaged the black box. You escaped the melting ghosts. Benny's next stage of his trial is tomorrow, and you're pretty confident you're going to win because the case no longer has evidence. So I think you all are sitting around ESPN headquarters. You're having a celebratory drink. JG has gone back into her office, reminiscing about your trusted leader, Benny Franks, and because why would you not? This is your last chance to really talk about Benny openly before he comes back to the office. And also you realize, is Winston still the CEO? That's complicated. For the purpose of having a mouthpiece, who is the character we said is in charge of HR, which is Juicy Lucy? Who is the character I can speak as?
That would be Lucy.
Juicy Lucy. Well, we also had the old elderly former nun.
Yeah.
Oh, we have a sister Deirdre, I didn't realize.
We've called her something different every single episode because...
Dolores.
No, Deidre Mary, remember?
What's her name today?
She's not in the office. It's just the homunculus who I think was Juicy Lucy.
Yes, Juicy Lucy.
I think Juicy Lucy is the deputy director. She's the deputy director of HR, and also because Slappy Joe is deceased, she's also for some reason part-time janitor, and she's cleaning while you all are drinking.
Say what you will about Benny, but he does not skimp when it comes to alcohol. He understands, a good, fine whiskey.
Where's Benny from, do we know?
Max knows when he's on his serum.
AK, we don't know.
Yeah, as far as you know, Benny Franks has lived in the story you all knew when you hired by Benny, because you have to remember Paradise, while some of this new city, some of you, is a older-ish city. So Benny has lived in Paradise as long as any of you have been in Paradise, because it is at least one generation older than any of you but Max.
Generation older than me?
Stop talking to the narrator, Max.
Oh, I'm sorry. Disembodied voice that I try to listen to. I thought you were my conscience.
A little cricket actually hops up on your shoulder wearing a pea coat, a top hat, and an umbrella.
Damn mutants!
Somebody swat that thing!
No, I'm here to be your conscience!
He keeps coming back.
Then you belong inside.
Lucy, call the exterminator. I've told you 5 times to have this place flushed.
You belong inside my head, and I eat him.
Ah!
Punchy.
This is a dice rolling game. Yeah, you can just eat the cricket as a bit. That's fine.
Tastes like a peanut. A peanut that's been at the corner where you can't quite sweep very well for 3 days. Just keeps getting dust bunnies.
We may have established in the bonus episode you weren't there for that you're a dark god that Max can talk to.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll sign up. Why not? I feel like that, even if Here's the thing, I think because Max was also canonically tortured by vampires for at least 200 years, it would make sense he would at least believe he can talk to a dark god that may or may not be me. I'm okay with that logic.
You started it by trolling me in the chat while we were recording.
I like that Max's idea of a dark god is an accountant that lives in upstate New York.
I've never known anyone more evil.
That's a lie, says the disembodied voice. You know Procter & Gamble.
Who?
I'll tell you when you're older, Max.
Oh, don't wait too long.
Too long for what, Max?
Who are you talking to, Mac?
For this next commercial break.
It is way too early for the mid-roll. Please do not insert the mid-roll here.
Oh, I'm sorry. Follow us on Ko-fi or anywhere your podcatcher may be. I'm sorry, what were we talking about again? I'm just making up words. I don't know what they mean. Speaking of Ko-fi, could I have another cup?
Oh, sure, hon. Juicy Lucy pours you a cup of coffee, but you're drinking Benny here, so she pours in a little bit of the whiskey into your cup of coffee.
Lucy, I may fire you. You know I don't drink alcohol.
Oh, sorry. Let me get Benny's other stash. She pulls out a bottle of fucking blood.
Oh, ooh, tangy. It's chunky.
Don't let him drink that.
It's coagulated.
What does this straight vampire blood do to him?
It's actually tomato juice. I changed the labels on everything when he wasn't paying attention.
It's not vampire blood. It's the blood Benny drinks to live, by the way.
Oh.
But no, it's tomato juice.
Oh.
Just ride with it.
That might explain why I tried to drink tomato juice the other day, thinking it would give me a little pep in my step, and I've had this kind of queasy, salty flavor in my mouth all day. You know, canning technology hasn't been around very long. Sometimes they do the labels wrong. We lost that technology many, many years ago. I believe they came back with it after the cyberpunkery of 2237.
So 100 years ago?
Yes, the famous family is responsible for that as well.
Something like that. You have been canning in jars, not cans.
Well, yeah.
All right, we can argue any night, guys. We may never see Benny again. Okay? Let's whatever you may be drinking, just raise your glass right now to Benny Franks, because he's done a hell of a lot for a hell of a lot of us.
This is the worst coffee ever. But here. To Benjamin J.
Here.
Franklin Delano Roosevelt III.
Also buttons.
We will see again.
The first question. Who would like to field the first question? Or I will take the first question if people would like to kind of have an understanding of what's going on.
Oh, I have no idea what's going on. Please pick me.
Your card is in Discord, sir.
All right.
Can Lizzie shoot the card?
No, we have to talk about feelings. With feelings.
Your card?
Only Max can peer behind the fourth wall to understand the card is a conceptual thing and it's not a physical item for Lizzie. Only Max can peer behind the veil and see the card as a physical item.
It looks like giant checks from back in the day. Let's see. What gift do you hope to receive from the captain, but fear you will never deserve? Let's see. Oh, yes, this is a good one. All right. So, long time ago, Benny and I, we did some things, and there were some orphans involved, and fire, but I won't get into that. Needless to say, all of the orphans are now with their dog in upstate New York. And I asked him for directions, but Wait, what were we doing? Oh, what gift do I hope to receive from Benny? I'm hoping one day that Benjamin will help me find the thing that I've lost. I'm not quite all there. My marbles have slipped the bag, as it were. But yes, I really hope that someday he will help me find what it is that I'm looking for.
Why do you think he wouldn't let you find it?
Well, I mean, there's always the issue that I've probably tried to kill him multiple times, if history has shown. I mean, look at this colorful network of comic books that I've drawn over the years. There's about 42,000 of them now, and I don't know when I had time to do it, but a lot of it is me engaging in the various acts of dismemberment and...
You drew these?
Yeah, mostly Benny, from issues 27 through 986.
I've been reading these for fun the entire time.
I know the page is just completely red. There's no actual defining anything on there, but there was a lot of blood.
Are you sure Benny committed crimes with you, or did he maybe help clean up?
Oh, he cleans up quite well, actually. Have you seen him in his best suit?
Benny help you set the fire, or did Benny show up afterwards? Like maybe he was the one who called the giant monster trucks to come and pick up the children.
What on earth are you talking about? Who set what fires? There's monstrous trucks? I think I may have soiled myself.
You just look at him, he's got this blank stare on his face, and one of his, there's a blood vessel that's burst in one of his eyes, so it's all red.
Justin, why don't you pass to the next, you choose who you pass to.
Oh, Queenie, here you go. Why don't you field this one?
Max, stop talking to the players above the fourth wall and talk to the characters.
Lizzie, why don't you field this one? I think this one's right up your ballywick alley, back alley. Wait, how does that phrase go?
Up my alley.
Whatever melts your butter.
Go ahead, Paul.
I was actually just thinking, do we want to do like little flashback scenes for each of you, like with Benny with your cards, just so Benny we can kind of build Benny in there. Like, I could improvise a flashback with Benny with each of you if you want to. But if you don't feel up to it, that's fine.
That's fine with me.
Before we move forward, do you want to do Max at the orphanage with Benny?
Yeah, we'll do that one actually. So insert a flashback noise here, I guess. Perfect. What you see is like billowing smoke, but like the fire team has put out the fire. But a lot of the it's clear this orphanage is never going to house these orphans in the near future anytime. And in the distance, you do see two children that the eagle-eared listeners recognize as Winston and famous Nathan. They look like the orphanage is going to be able to house them. Their part was not burned down, but a lot of it was. And Betty's like, Max, what did I tell you about playing with matches?
I wasn't playing. I deliberately set fire to this building.
Okay, let me rephrase that. What did I tell you about committing acts of arson?
It's not arson if it's asking for it.
Did the dark voice tell you to do this, Max?
No, the dog.
Oh, Arson Wells, the dog. I got it now.
Yes, terrible dog. It's time.
As I hold the leash to the dog.
No, Max, don't do that. Why don't you go back to that bar you like and do your whittling and get some sleep for the night?
Oh, you mean Salud, where everyone vaguely recognizes you?
Yeah, that one. The one with the creeping lines. I know you like that one.
Yes, I might as well. Oh, look.
Yeah, you go there. I will just make sure everything goes fine here.
Two small children I haven't done anything to. They are ripe for the picking. Let's go over there and cause them some mental anguish.
Dolores comes like, come on, Max, I'm going to take you to the bar.
That one boy is a fancy pants. He'll grow up to be no good. Mark my words.
Why are you yelling at me?
You hear a scream, and then the sound of somebody running.
Because you're fancy pants and you'd never be any good. I think that should probably do it. All right, I'm out.
And Benny, who had just been ousted from Lancer Corps, approaches the fire chief and like, okay, so what's the store gonna have here? And the fire chief goes, well, Mr. Franks, it was an electrical issue, I think is what we're gonna say, but what are we gonna do about the children? And Benny pulls out a wad of cash, because he is still, here's the thing, he's disowned from Lantern Corps, he's still fucking loaded because he's a multiple hundreds-year-old vampire and's got to walk away with a nice severance package. So that's the story, and he hands 2 coins to the fire department, and I've already made a call, and some monster trucks roll up, and a bunch of children get loaded into a bus being towed by this monster truck. These children are going to move to, there's this organization in upstate New York that's going to find these children loving homes. And God help us if Max goes on another midnight walk. I will keep an eye on him. And that is where we fade back into the drinking scene, that is what actually happened on the Max burned down the orphanage.
And that's exactly how it happened, so swears Maximilian Graves.
And Dolores like, oh yeah, I remember that night.
Yeah, I remember that night too. You scared the pants off of me.
No, I didn't. Your pants were well affixed to your butt cheeks.
And they were fancy.
So fancy.
Oh, stay out of it, Sterling.
They still are.
Yeah, not you burned down my childhood home. No, you mildly annoyed me.
You know, it's like he said, the building deserved it.
And someday I'll prove it.
Obviously, the dog agreed with you. You know, the dog that's in upstate New York.
Oh yes, the dog did get evacuated for its own safety with the children, that's true.
What do you hope the captain sees when they look into your eyes? And what do you fear they will find instead? I'd say that this scene probably happens like the first time Benny meets Lizzie.
Do you want to do the card answer first and then the scene?
Yeah.
Okay.
And she hopes that he sees trustworthiness and somebody that's always going to be there, even from a small town like Tightwad. And instead he sees that all of her family is, outlaws, and this is probably the best person for this position because of the fact that she does have those connections.
What do you fear instead?
That he'll see that she's got those connections. She doesn't want to.
Oh, you're afraid that all he's going to see is a criminal. Okay.
Yeah.
He just wants Lizzie for what she can do for him, not necessarily for what she's capable of.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think you walk into ESPN, and Benny Franks, not looking a day older or younger than he does when you know him several years later. He's handling the front counter. It's probably, I feel like Lizzie's a later riser, so it's like either right after the lunch break or probably toward the end of the day. And there's not a lot of customers. He greets one like, oh, hello there. How can I help you, miss?
Yes, I was looking to see about some kind of a job with you, if I could, like front counter or maybe delivery.
Ah, okay. Well, I was about to close it for customers for the day. Let me just get my assistant manager out here to field the last few customers. And he grimaces like, Max,
What?
can you handle customers for the next 10 minutes? Max, I have a job interview.
You want me?
Please don't stab them.
Oh.
And he looks at the 2 customers left. He's not gonna stab you, I promise.
Welcome to ESPN, where we do not take return to sender. How's it go?
Excuse me, I'd like to return this package.
We don't take return to sender.
Put the knife down.
Max, do put the knife down, Max. And, sir, we do not take returns, so if you want to, you can send the package to somebody else and pay the additional postage, but otherwise it is your package. And Benny just walks off with Max dealing with that in the background.
Yes, deal with the additional pokage.
No, postage. Don't worry. I bet he puts a hand to his side. Like, I replaced his knife with one of those theater ones where if he stabs it, it just goes in. You'll be fine.
Oh, look at that. That's whimsical.
Anyway, he takes you in the back and he sits you down in what you now know to be the employee break room. He's like, so tell me a little bit about yourself, Miss,
Lizzie Calhoun. And I'm from out in between here and Salvation, town called Tightwad.
Tightwad. I remember a manifest of Max's going out that way not that long ago, actually. Tell me about this little town you're from. The name sounds familiar, but it's not ringing a bell.
We're just a little town. My parents are farmers, and I've been working at City Hall with Mayor McCheese.
Oh, okay. Mayor McCheese. That's what Max's shipment was for. Was things for Mr. McCheese's office, mostly office supplies.
Yeah, I had to sign for it. I remember him.
Yeah. So you're from one of the little what's it called, homesteader towns out in the waste. That must be something. That's a particularly dangerous area to live. How do you all get by?
We just get by however we need. Mostly grow our own food and whatnot.
The reason I ask is being a delivery person is often very dangerous work because sometimes you carry precious cargo. You can take care of yourself?
Yes, I can. I have my dog and my gun.
Okay. Oh, hello there. What is this enormous guy's name?
Shadow. I would have left Shadow outside,
Bark.
honestly.
Oh. There's definitely a sign that says pets are welcome.
Oh, okay.
I was like, hey there, guy. Hold on a second. And Benny just stands up, walks back, pulls out, for some reason, he just has a refrigerator with a big bloody steak. Like, here you go, boy. In hindsight, you're now like, oh, maybe that's where he's getting the blood from.
Yeah.
But at the time, you didn't think that.
No.
Just like, oh, this generous man gave my dog a steak. That's nice of him.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's good to know you can take care of yourself, but what makes you want to be a postal worker?
I was needing out of Tightwad for personal reasons, and so I came here looking for some kind of a job in general.
I have a feeling about you. I'm going to give you a chance, but I do need you to fill out this job application. I'm just going to go talk to my assistant manager really quickly to do that. I'm sorry, you're from... Actually, you know what? I'm going to ask you a question above board. Have you participated in, and he looks both ways, the library program? I happen to know with good authority we delivered out there sometimes. That's actually what Max was delivering, if memory serves.
Yes, I have. That's actually how I learned to read it. Yes.
Perfect. Okay, so yeah, please fill out the job application. I'll be right back. And while you're doing that, he walks out to Max, is like,
I said it's 3 coin for a stamp to somewhere, not just nowhere, and if you ring that bell one more infernal time, I will take it, and I will...
What are you shooting this 3 coin? That's a very large amount of money. It's like, that's... You're Mr. Gamble's assistant. Yes, I'm so sorry. I'll handle this one really quick. He handles that customer. Max, what we tell you about pissing off Lantern Corps?
To do it often, with regularity, like my bowels?
But quietly, not in person. Anyway, yes, you don't do it to their face. They don't like that. One of the rules when I left Lantern Corps was I had to keep you safe and also keep you out of their hair. So please stay out of their hair. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. What was the name of that girl? You told me there was a girl that you that I should hire. She came in here. You went out of town like a week or two ago. Was it Lizzie? Was her name?
Thin Lizzie, I believe her nickname was.
Well, I think I have her out back. What can you tell me? What was the read you got on her, Max? I'm getting a good feeling, but I value your opinion. So.
She was having some unwarranted problems with the romantical nature, if you get my drift, and I stabbed the woman in her neck, and wait, that hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, you can peer beyond the fourth wall, not the fourth dimension.
Sorry. Let's see. Yes, I wanted to stab her in the neck, and I said nothing about dimensional travel. I know that's a secret between us, right? Right?
Yes, that is a secret because that belongs to a completely different pact of creatures than me.
Excellent.
So no, we do
Oh,
not.
yes, I.
Yeah, interdimensional travel is not something that Lantern Corps or its affiliates have developed, to the best of my knowledge.
Yet.
I thought she was peachy keen jelly bean, and she deserved a refresher in life, as it were.
All right, so it sounds like she was struggling on hard times, and you think she needs a fresh start. That's what I'm hearing.
Yes.
Okay. I was getting a read, but like I'm not as good at reading people as you, Max. You know, I'm more of like the pencil pusher. Like I'm the analytical type, right? Like I'm the science guy. Anyway, he goes back in there like, Miss Calhoun, you have the job. He doesn't even look at the job application he made you fill out. That was just so he could go talk to Max.
Oh, well, thank you.
Do you need help finding a place here in the city?
I could, especially one that'll take a dog the size Shadow is.
No problem. So I actually have some pull around this district. I don't like to talk about it. I actually used to be an executive of Lantern Corps, the people who own the town. So I do have some pull with the local landlords. He slides like this. Consider this a advance payment, and he slides you 1 coin to that'll cover your rent, your first deposit, and a couple other fees, etc. Just go talk to. You're gonna talk to my friend, the landlord, the Fool's Rush Inn Apartments. Just a couple rush down here. He'll get you a starter place. You can find somewhere more permanent. You can use money for that.
Oh, well, thank you. And I head toward that apartment complex.
And our scene ends as Lizzie walks out the front door like a portal into the future.
Sterling.
The captain treats someone on this journey in a way that fills you with jealousy. Who is it? Max.
Oh, good heavens, what for?
Do we want to explore that in the scene, or do you have an idea?
I have an idea, or we can explore it in a scene, or a combination, whatever you want to do.
All right, let's hear your idea, and then I'll formulate a scene.
I was going to say, what kind of relationship does Sterling want to have with Benny?
I think this is a jealousy that has lessened over time, but Benny is pretty protective of Max, and whether or not it's based on reality, they've sort of interpreted it as favoring him a bit, and that's also made Sterling feel a little guilty, which is also part of why they're kind of protective of Max as well. Because it's not his fault. He's just a guy who's trying to do his best.
All right, so I think what happens is Sterling has been sleeping in the loft over ESPN for some time now. Gotten the impression Benny knows, but Benny's looking the other way. And I think one morning you wake up and you hear Benny chastising Max, like, Max, what'd I tell you about setting fires?
I don't remember. What was it?
The orphanage last night. I can't believe I had to clean up you burning down an orphanage.
I burned down an orphanage? What kind of monster would do such a thing?
I understand. I do. Sometimes you're not in your right mind. I get that, and I feel responsible for that. I really do. I should have taken better care of you when you were younger.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I've always been this age.
Yes, for as long as you can remember, I know. I can only cover up your messes so often. Please, I need you to... I just need you to be better.
To be better.
Please, he hands you a package, like, please just go and deliver this. This is a very important package. And there's some crates you can just have delivered. Some of the laborers can help you with it. This is going to a small town called Tightwad. This is office supplies for the mayor, and then the other packages are very discreet. Eyes only of Mayor McCheese himself.
That's a long journey.
Yeah, it is. So I actually, because it's so important, I bumped you up to business class. Please treat the people in business class with the respect due of your position in relation to theirs. Oh, Sterling, I didn't see you there. I'm sorry. How are you this morning?
I'm great. It sounds like things have been pretty stressful. This sounds important. Maybe I should help him out. Could maybe Max use a hand to get this done?
Balderdash, I have two.
You actually don't.
I do. look, one. The other one's somewhere around here.
See, don't you think maybe I could help with this?
Yeah, I appreciate it, but here's the thing. Max is handling a very discreet package, and I don't think you're ready for that level of security yet, to be honest. But the thing is, I think he needs the fresh air. Is the reason I'm sending him on this particularly long errand. I have 3 veteran agents who help Max make deliveries to places like this all the time. They have it. I think once you get a couple more local deliveries under your belt, I think that'll be when you're ready to go out of town.
I think we can probably strike up some sort of bargain with the young person here. Maximilian Graves.
And you see as he stands in front of you, looking expectant, but then you realize he's holding out his disembodied arm. Like, there's nothing there. He's just expecting you to shake it.
Jaw definitely tightens at the "you're not ready" speech, but then they regard Max for a second and just kind of hold out a hand and sort of pretend to shake his absent hand.
Ooh, tight grip. All right. Let's see. Let me take a look at you. All right. I'm Maximilian. I'm your... I am above you in ranking here. Only temporary, mind you. I'm sure you'll be at the same level as me at some point soon. Let's see. I'm going to walk around you and get the lay of the land, as it were. What did you say your name was again?
I'm Sterling Ackred.
Sterling. Sterling example of a name. That was a joke. Tell you what. I'm a pretty good judge of character. Sterling, would you help me on after I get back from this one, would you help me on a couple of the locals? I'll introduce you, and that way they can know that you're with ESPN, not be so, shall we say, skittish about having someone as well, let's just say you are a very healthy-looking individual.
I flex.
My eye! A button came off of your shirt and hit me in the eye. You're attacking me!
That actually sounds brilliant, Max. Thank you so much for volunteering to show Sterling the ropes and have them shadow you for a little while when you get back. That is great. Yeah, I also have a great feeling about Sterling. I do need you to get out and do that package, though, so, go out there. Henrietta and Wilhelm, they're both waiting for you.
Oh, he screams a lot.
He does.
Every chance he gets. Sterling, keep your chin up, and just know that, I think you're going to do great things. Terrible, yes, but great.
I understood that reference. I think Max just gets kind of gently shoved out, like, Sterling, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm sorry. I know you wanted to do that job, and I appreciate your core company. I think you don't remember. When I hired you, not one of the conditions, so I sponsored you for parole, you're not allowed to leave the Paradise City Limits for the next 3 months. That was one of the conditions that Judge Morgan made when he agreed on your parole.
I wasn't entirely clear on when the 3 months started, but understood. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm sorry. I didn't want to bring that up in front of Max. I thought that would be embarrassing for you. So I'm sorry. But here I have something for you. Actually, I saw. I don't mind. I went up to the storage area by your loft, and I saw you had some of these little guys. And he, come back to my office, and he just walks you back there. Leaves Dolores running the customers, and he reaches into his desk, and he pulls out a little stuffed pelican. This little guy is Max's ex-wife actually supplies me with these from time to time because I used to be a collector back in the day, but I tried telling her I don't collect them anymore, but she's such a nice lady, I can't tell her no. This little guy's named Pauston's Creek. Oh no, not Pauston's Creek, we have that one. James Vanderbeek. That's the one I meant to do.
The story definitely is blushing and trying to look disinterested, but also slowly reaching out and just thank you. I'll take really good care of it.
I know you will. I can tell you're a very caring person. when they had asked me to be when I sponsored you, I did get to read your case file. I saw you're a very protective person. I could see that. Like the comments people had on the parole board for you, everyone said you were an exemplary citizen, and they didn't know how you wound up in that situation. So I can tell you're the kind of person who will take care of the people they care about, and I think someday you will be the heart of the team at ESPN that you work on. I have no doubt in my mind.
Calhoun's a little stunned by this. I don't think anyone's expressed anything quite like that, other than the weird thing that Max just said.
And I think Benny clocks that. It's like, you got a bad shake. I got that. In my youth, I got a couple bad shakes too, but I made the most of them. And my philosophy is everybody deserves at least one second chance. In Max's case, it's probably more second chances than I should, but that's a long story. He and I have a long history.
Thank you. Thanks for everything, Benny.
Of course, Sterling. All right, so you put that up there with your others, and then I have a delivery for you, local delivery. Unfortunately, how are you with stairs? I haven't sent you up to the next district yet. How are you at stairs?
I'm great at going upstairs. I'm even better at going downstairs. I lift up one foot and gesture to the original grind shoes that I had that were not steampunk or awesome, but just standard.
Oh, those things are great. Those are careful. I think those might be considered contraband. Don't let them see you doing that.
Benny also has a pair of soaps on.
No, Benny actually has Heelys. Yeah, so like sometimes when he needs to get back to the back room really quick, he just pops the Heelys so he can skate there instead.
He holds up his arms and his cape drifts out as he just kind of hovers across the floor.
And I have a delivery for you. It goes up to the Artisan District. It is for a friend of mine, Mr. Robert Norris.
All right, I'll get it there quickly, efficiently, and
do be mindful of. There's this punk kid that just started working at customs. His name is Jeff. He is obnoxious. He's going to harass you at the bottom and top of the stairs because he gets to use the elevator. If only we had that kind of money. And that's where the scene ends.
I like that. All right. Next card is for the good doctor. You suspect the captain is preparing you for something. What is it? Do you feel ready? I expect that Benny is preparing me to make a big sacrifice of some sort. Exactly what that sacrifice will be, I'm not sure yet. Whether it's personal, whether it's physical, whether it's something of myself, I can't quite say. But I'm scared because I do not feel ready for it at all.
So we all established many episodes ago that the reason Winston got the job at ESPN is he went and complained to Benny in person about this package he got, and Benny's like, "You think you do better? Have a job." So I think it's like a week later, and Benny's like, "Okay, I've been having you do local deliveries. Now it's time for you to learn the counter. Can you handle that, Winnie?"
Can I handle? It's Winston, please. Winnie is. I'm not a child. I am a grown man of 18 years old. Thank you very much.
I'm sorry. It was on your papers because your papers were filled out like your address. I'm sorry. Winston. I will remember.
Winston Thoreau. Yes. Okay. I can handle the counter just as easily as I can handle a delivery. Just as easily as I can handle the paperwork. I'm good, Benny. Don't worry about me. I'm a very capable and intelligent person.
All right, fantastic. So he already showed you how to do all like the actual counter stuff. Like I'm gonna let you fly around. I'm just gonna hand him the back room. I am gonna go and label packages. And he steps away. And what I think Winston doesn't realize is Benny is very much just like kind of watching around the corner because he has like a very narrow line of sight from where he is in the back room to the counter where you can't really see him unless you're actively looking for him. Mm-hmm. So you hear labeling, he's labeling things where he can exactly see you.
I mean, I think that there's customers that come in and Winston is rather than trying to help them, he is trying to just make small talk and just kind of basically BS his way into either having them forget what it is they're doing or, he's upselling them essentially. He's trying to make sure that they pay for the most expensive service possible.
Let's just do one of those customers really quick. Why, hello there. I'm sorry, is Benjamin here? I usually deal with Benjamin.
Oh, Benjamin, see, the good Mr. Franks is indisposed at the moment, and I am his protege. My name is Winston. I am more than capable of handling any of your postal needs. ESPN, we do not accept return to sender. What can I do for you today?
Oh, well, you see, I have some very important packages that need to go out.
Oh, the very important packages. So, have you heard about our new triple secure delivery service?
I have not. Benny usually just has me do the basic service. Tell me about this triple secure service.
So, if you sign up for our new triple secure delivery service, we will not only put an armed guard in charge of delivering your packages, but we will also waive any and all fees associated with passing through customs.
Ah. I'm not going to have you roll because we're not playing a rolling game, but this guy is like, oh, yes, that sounds wonderful, because this does have to get up to the Clouds District. Lots of stairs, very secure.
This is a Jeff-proof service. There are no Jeffs who will look at your packages. There are no Jeffs who will see your packages. There are no Jeffs who will touch your packages. I didn't just say that.
Okay, then.
I mean, if you want Jeff to touch your package, you can just... Oh, God.
No. I thought, you really had, like a good thing going there, and then you just kind of, like you were, like, all hits, and then you just suddenly, your foot in your mouth. You sold me, boy. You stop once you sell me. You're good.
Okay, good. So, if you don't mind, there's 3 signatures that'll be there, and that will be, approximately, and I just kind of push him the paper with the contract and the price on it.
All right, and he signs it. It's kind of a weird package, but it needs to go up to, there's this high-end restaurant that goes up there. It's some expensive food for the folks that live up in the Gates District. And you touch the package, it's like cold to the touch. It's clearly a cooler.
Is this organ meat, sir?
No, it is. It is meat. But it is not. It's not organs. It's back in the olden days they called it filet mignon.
Filet mignon. I will make sure that my delivery team knows the time is of the essence, and that this is a perishable good, and they will make sure to get up there as quickly as possible. I have someone who can speed up the stairs faster than anyone else. His name is Sterling. He is a strong, strapping young individual, and they will make sure that your package gets there post-haste without any issues whatsoever. And if anyone tries to accost them, they will beat the ever-loving bejesus out of them.
Okay, fine. And if you have anything, my name is Mr. Angus.
Mr. Angus, it's a pleasure doing business with you, and we will hopefully see you again.
Thank you so much. And he dropped. Yeah.
Oh, did you want the return receipt on that? Did you need delivery confirmation?
I thought you guys don't check return to sender. Why would I need a return receipt?
No, delivery confirmation. Do you want to know when the package has been delivered? Okay, and I push another contract in front of him. That'll be an extra charge for that one. I'm sorry, but in order to send a courier to your house to let you know we delivered the package, we do have to pay them. And
of course. Yeah, he drops in there. He's like, you did a very excellent job, Mr. Is Winston? Do you have a last name, Winston?
Thoreau is the name. Winston Thoreau. By the way, you look a little yellow under the gill. Have you been feeling under the weather at all? I mean, I have these tonics that could possibly help you.
Oh, you're. I didn't realize you were into medicine. Well, here's the thing. I have seen a very good doctor, better than those Pepper folks, the dentists they have you folks see in the gates of the Artisan District. I actually see a gentleman by the name of J.C. Penney, but he's an excellent physician. And if you're interested, because you did such a fine job, I'm going to, I'll give you this. And he reaches into his pocket, he pulls out a notepad, and he writes a brief thing. Like, send that in to Mr. Penney, and I will see that he personally has you instructed in the art of medicine.
I pull out a billfold out of my pocket, and I fold up his paper, slip it in the billfold, and put it into my pocket, and give him a little, half bow. Say, thank you, you're a gentleman and a scholar.
Good day, Mr. Throw, and give Benny my best.
Will do.
And he leaves, and you handle a couple more customers, and Benny comes up like, I could see, Winston, you're actually very good at handling customers.
Winston hops up on the little stool, puts his feet up on the counter. Benny, I told you, I can handle anything that you throw at me.
I'm sure you can. I have big aspirations for you.
By the way, Mr. Angus sends his regards.
Oh, good. Angus is one of my oldest and dearest customers.
I charged him like 4 times what you normally charge him. Like, he was willing to pay anything to get his delivery up there. Like, I could have told him that he would have had to pay... that he would have had to pay me to deliver it himself, and he would have done that.
Oh, yes, he would have, because, you see, Lantern Corps pays for it, because that is Procter & Gamble's exclusive restaurant that they eat at. So, you upcharged Lantern Corps 4 times the normal amount of money. I'll deal with that.
Oh.
It's fine. That's why I usually give him the cheapest rate possible, because we don't want Mr. Procter & Gamble poking around in our business too much.
You know, Benny, like, I don't know why you're so worried about people poking around in your business. I mean, we're not doing anything that below board. I mean, sure, there's a few things here and there, but I mean, that's part of being a delivery person. I mean, the mail doesn't get delivered. You don't read it before you deliver it. You just take it and send it off.
Oh, right, that is a thing you're not supposed to do.
Have you been reading the mail before you deliver it?
I mean, if you look at, and he points at the terms and conditions of using ESPN in the bottom, there is a piece of rider text at the very bottom that says, parcels and letters may be examined for security reasons.
So what's the hot goss, Benny? What's the tea that's been spilling around here? Like, you're not bringing me in on these things?
So I think that was actually a good time to. The hot goss here is we don't do deliveries for. There's certain businesses we don't do for. They have to deal with Subway if they want to get something delivered, right? So there's a bunch of them, but the one I can remind you of, because he's basically on the other side of the gates from us. Don't ever do business with a gentleman named Julius Orange.
Julius Orange? Why is that?
I want you to remember that name firmly.
Is that the guy that looks like a pimp? Like he's wearing an amazing coat of Technicolor Dreams?
Yes. Mr. Orange is allegedly a legitimate businessman, but it is a well-known fact amongst the more scrupulous members of Paradise that he is also a dealer of vice in things we don't want to deal with. I have no wish to do business with Mr. Julius Orange. Do I make myself clear?
You've made yourself completely clear. I will never do business with a man named Julius Orange for any reason whatsoever. You have my word.
Fantastic.
Max walks in and he's just covered head to toe in blood, but part of him, you can tell, has been singed by a lot of fire, and Wilhelm is not with him.
We lost another one.
Oh, geez. Poor Wilhelm. And it's fine. Wilhelm was going to retire tomorrow, but I'll talk to his wife.
He had a wife?
Not anymore, he doesn't.
Oh.
Justin, the next one's yours.
All of this talk about our past with Benjamin. I do remember there was one time I refused a direct order, and he decided that I was showing him some cheek, and I don't mean of my bottom. Well, maybe he saw some of that. I do need to invest in a belt, but there was this one time I saw this small child, scrappy and brash, and growing up on the streets, and I.
Right. Yeah, so we fade in, and Max remembers a child on the streets, and that's the story he tells everybody, but that's not the time he refused an order that actually happened. No, we're going to flash back further back than Max actually remembers. Max, you are in a cell in a secure facility in a city before Paradise was ever built.
In the before times.
Yes, in the between times, really, because it's after the Great War, but before Paradise is built. Roughly the time of the city of Circuit City. And you actually just got roughed up. You were in manacles on the wall, and Procter & Gamble just beat the ever-loving fucking shit out of you. And they walk away, and Benny comes in. He's like, Max, I told you can't talk back to them. They're not as nice as me. And he has protective gloves on because your blood is acid to his skin. And he's like wiping up the blood from your mouth. He's like giving you an ice pack.
That's okay, Benny. I enjoy it now. You know, you spend enough time down here. It kind of warms up the cockles of my heart to see their unending desire to show me their love and devotion to their craft. It's not too many people do that anymore, you know?
Yeah, well, unfortunately, because they beat you so bad, I think he looks and he's like, you've lost a lot of blood. He's wearing like 3 layers of protective shoes and plastic bags because again, your blood's acidic to him. He's like, I think you're gonna die, actually. What do I do about that?
How have you been? I haven't seen you in a little bit. Not since you sent that guy in here to gnaw off my arm. I still owe you for that.
Oh, he wasn't supposed to gnaw. That was... Yeah, and you actually look and, like, I was wondering what that was. I thought he used a serrated blade, which seemed unnecessary. No, I needed a sample, because I need to test something. And your hand's actually pristinely, like, preserved in a medical vat, in, like, a jar on Benny's lab table.
Oh.
I also asked him to, like, get, like, the tip of a finger, because I wanted to see something. He went way overboard. That was not me.
Yeah.
But I did get you something. You know, I know they're only like giving you gruel and shit, and he pulls out a takeout container that's got like a hamburger and things. But we need to deal with that you dying thing first. Give me a second. I'm working on something. I think this will work because Max is like not old yet, right? Like this is back when he was a younger man.
Right.
I'm working on this because we can't turn you into a vampire. We already know that. You are immune to it because it involves like a blood exchange. But
That'd be a shame, buddy, because you know how I hate every single one of you.
I don't even hold that against you. I don't. But I want to keep you alive. I try to show you I'm one of the good ones. I feels like I'm only slightly less of a prisoner here than you, to be honest. Procter & Gamble will string me up if I ever talk back to him, which is
you with your nice clothes and your, I'm sure, 3 squares a day living in your apartment shouldn't even discuss how terrible it is. It just makes the person cringe. Go away, Benny. I said goodbye to you a long time ago.
You know, just because you don't want to be my friend anymore doesn't mean I don't still consider you one. But this is going to hurt you way more than it hurts me. And he stabs you in the neck. And you die. I was going to try this right away, but I kind of just want half an hour of quiet. Give me a second. And he goes and does a thing. And for half an hour, you're completely fucking brain dead. And then he stabs you in the neck with the needle and you pop back up. Alright, and he looks at notes and like, okay. Restores life? Yes. Check box. Restores lost limbs? No. Check other box.
Oh, I hate you so much. What did you do, you... Oh.
I have successfully developed a formula that can restore you, and only you, to life upon death using vampire blood.
You made me a vampire?
Oh, no, I can't do that. That involves you drinking my blood and me drinking your blood. I can't drink your blood, so basically I can only heal you. But because of... Basically, I found this out, there was other versions of the serum that were supposed to cure vampires. It kept making us explode. So... I can't do anything with your blood and my blood besides make a serum that makes you immortal. Sort of.
Tragic.
Yeah, so unfortunately, Procter & Gamble, they want you to stay alive as long as possible so I can cure vampire sun weakness, so I'm going to do that, but remember that feeling of, eternal darkness you had where you kind of crossed to the other side, but then I just pulled you back?
You mean for the first time in months that I haven't felt pain? Actually, I feel pretty good.
That backfired. Okay.
Really good.
Extending death, not unpleasant. Okay.
Hey, Benny, come here.
I've fallen for that before, no. And he points at a nip on his ear where you got him once. He's like, no. My turn's not yours, Max.
Worth a try, though, right, old buddy?
Yeah, worth the try. And he goes safely outside of your cell, and he pushes a button that extends your chains enough that you can eat the food he left for you.
Like, this is, I'm sure, the first meal I've had in a while.
Like, I know they feed you, but they feed you, like, nutritional paste kind of.
Right.
This is the first food that you need teeth for.
Too bad I'm missing some of them now. Let's see. I have one less hand. It would have been nice if.
Oh, I'll take care of that. I'll have a new one for you by morning. Don't worry about it. I'm having one special crafted by a friend of mine.
Yeah. Well, what about my leg, buddy? Pal.
Oh, that was. I can't help it. Like a Gamble's bloodthirsty. He snapped your leg off. That was not me.
Yeah. It hurt.
Yeah, I can get you a new leg too.
Oh, that's so magnanimous of you, buddy. I just throw the burger as far as I can. I'm not eating anything you put in front of me. I'm not gonna fatten up for you guys to enjoy. I'm not gonna be your test subject anymore. Just let me die.
I literally cannot do that.
Well, I literally don't care.
I'll tell you what, Max. I'll make you a promise. Someday, when I'm allowed to let you die, I'll let you kill me first.
Looking forward to it, buddy.
Tell you what, you think I'm living this great life, but I've watched everyone I care about die over years, and the only reason I don't want Procter & Gamble to kill me is because in the afterlife I have to face all the people I let die because of them.
So what do you want from me?
I fucking hate vampires as much as you do. I don't like that I became a vampire. But I'm also afraid to die. I can't reconcile that.
So what do you need me to do?
Here's what I'm gonna do. Now that I can keep you alive, I'm gonna talk to Procter & Gamble. I'm going to promise them I can continue my experiments without you being locked here. And someday, you're gonna help me kill those motherfuckers, and then you can kill me after. How's that sound?
I'm in my 50s and you're gonna keep me around just so I can kill you, huh?
Well, I'm gonna keep you around because otherwise they'll kill me. I'm promising you, I want to go to my grave with some semblance of penance for the things I've done in my long life. And I can't do that without your help.
Sure. Why not? Let's do it. Let's just do it.
All right. I'll talk to Gamble tomorrow when he's not drinking gallons of. He's terrible when he goes on a blood rave. I'll talk to him in the morning, and hopefully we can get you out of here.
Enjoy what you're hearing? Rate us on your favorite podcatcher. Reviews on platforms like Apple, Spotify, or Good Pods help new listeners find our content. It's a completely free way to support the show. Thanks for listening.
Most folks don't realize it, but the world is ripe with monsters. And when you have a monster problem, you need someone who is smart.
I came over here, I saw that there was a crime scene. I figured, I'd park here on the
crime scene.
Brave.
It's just not our fight. We just honk the horn, everybody dissipates, and we just ride away.
And qualified.
If nobody is going to assist David with this, he is going to pull out his nunchucks.
Who gave him those nunchucks?
Van Helmen's family is none of those things, but they're the best we've got, so check them out on Monster Cafe. Available now wherever you find your favorite podcasts.
The captain once broke a promise they made to you. Why have you forgiven them? Benny made a promise to me that he was going to help me figure out who my parents were. And every time I've gone to him and I've asked him, okay, listen, Benny, like, what have you found? Like, what have you tried to do? He's always given me kind of a, well, we'll get around to it at some point. There's got to be an answer somewhere, but I don't have any resources for that right now. Come on, Winston, like, you're busy enough as it is. You're doing fine on your own. What do you need to know about them for? You're like every other orphan in the city. None of them know who their parents are. And it's been a long time since I asked him to help me. But I feel like I have forgiven him because the answer has become less important the longer that I've known him. Because I've had somewhat of a paternal figure to help kind of guide me, even though it's not my real dad, he's still been there to be that support figure and to kind of help give me that moral compass.
All right, so I think our scene floats back to the last time you talked to Benny about what happened to your parents. It's nowhere near the week that all these other scenes have occurred. As funny as having them all occur within a 2-day period was.
Yeah, wow, it's a very short period of time.
Yeah, everyone's flashbacks were just vaguely in that 1 week. I think you've been with ESPN about a year now. I think it might even be your 1-year anniversary, otherwise known as your birthday.
Benny, hi, how are you?
I'm doing okay. Actually, I'm coming to the I'm in the break room with me really quick. I have something for you.
Something for me? Is it? Oh, I hope it's a raise.
Yeah.
I will be there. Sure, let's go. Coffee?
Yeah, we can get it in the break room, actually. That's where we're headed anyway. Let's go.
Perfect.
And you get there, and their lights are all turned off. Benny flicks on the lights, and all the other employees are there for a surprise birthday party. There's like a big fucking cake. Everyone's wearing hats and has blowers. The part where you all jump in.
Ah, jeez, why, you gotta warn a guy before you... Hi, everyone. Greetings, salutations.
Sorry, I sucked when I should have blown. I'm sorry. Happy New Year.
It's my birthday.
Oh. My bad.
Thanks, Max. It means so much to me all the same. Betty, I don't want to sound unappreciative of all this. I was hoping you and I could have a private conversation.
Oh, sure. You guys enjoy the cake and all the other food and stuff I bought. We'll come back and do presents in a minute. Let's go to my office really quick.
So, did you say presents? Okay, no. Let's go to your office for a minute. Thanks, guys. I have a very important business-related conversation for Benny. I'll be right back. Benny, this is not business-related at all. I need to know what you've been able to find out about who my parents were. I don't need to meet them. I don't need to see them. I just want... Benny, I made this name up for myself, and I want to know who I should be.
Benny looks down at his desk. He's avoiding eye contact with you. Like, I have... It's not an answer. I have a lead, but unfortunately it is the end of the road.
What does that mean, end of the road? If you have a lead, that suggests that there is more road to walk down.
I contacted Sergeant Pepper at the police office, and it was a sealed file, court sealed. But I still have some pull there because, as you know, I used to be an executive at Lantern Corps runs the city. So I called him the favor. But he still wouldn't let me do it because the people who commanded to be sealed were Lantern Corps.
Oh, great. So...
If Lantern Corps doesn't want people to know what happened to your parents, I can't do anything about that. That is an impossible ask. I am so sorry.
So what you're telling me is that my parents, who I hoped would be some kind of fighter or some kind of person I could look up and admire, were just some nameless, faceless Lantern Corps execs, made a mistake.
No, that's not the thing.
And ended up dead.
there's no knowing what their relationship. Whatever it was, Lantern Corps doesn't want to know. I have no idea if they were executives. I would have known who they were, right? Like I was an executive there. I would have known your parents.
Okay, so they were scientists or they were salesmen, regardless of who. They were Lantern Corps, which means that they were people that I should aspire not to be like.
Not everybody who works for Lantern Corps is a terrible person. Remember, they're the biggest employer in the city, including the city itself. People do jobs because they need money, because they need to make ends meet. Most people don't do their jobs because they have a passion for their work. At the end of the day...
But if there's someone that Lantern Corps cared enough about to seal their records, then it probably means that they were up to some chicanery. We'll put it that way.
I've been waiting a long time to tell you this, but I think you're ready. You've made the comment that we don't do any serious crimes around it. That's not true. That is not the case at all. ESPN is my front to commit crimes, specifically to undermine my previous employers at Lantern Corps. And fact is, they need to be undermined because they do shady shit. I don't trust that whatever happened to your parents isn't them covering it up. I don't know because I can't see the file. But if you want to stick it to the company that did something to your parents or mistreated your parents, ultimately resulted in you being an orphan and not being with your parents, continue working for me. Continue being as great an employee as you've been, and I will make sure that you get your justice against Lantern Corps.
Benny, I don't want justice.
What do you want then?
I want to know who I'm supposed to be in this world. I'm 19 years old, Benny. I have known nothing but people who haven't given a care to a single thing I've done. And Benny, this is the first birthday party I've ever had.
I actually got that impression, but I am sorry to hear that.
I'm not looking for answers because I want to meet someone or imagine that it's all going to go away. I want answers because I need to know what my direction is.
He stands up, he looks you in the eye, puts his hand on his shoulders. Here's your direction. You are a talented public speaker. You have the characteristics of an excellent leader. I saw that in you the day you came to complain about your mail. I could tell there's a fire in you that I don't see in many people. I think I've seen it in maybe 3 other people in this building. You are going to do great things, and all you need to do, whatever direction you choose, you set your heart on it, Winston Thoreau, and you will accomplish it. You don't need to know who your parents were for that, what they did. But the fact is, you are capable of great things. And you have so much potential, you can do whatever you want with those things. It doesn't matter who your birth family were, who your shitty adopted family were. Family is who you choose and what you make of it. ESPN is your family now.
Family is who I choose and who I make of it. So what, am I just supposed to find like 3 employees here and just become really close with them and just what we're going to go out and we're going to save the world together? Is that what the plan is here? I mean, come on, Benny. I might be young, but I'm not naive. Let's go back before Max eats all the cake.
Yeah, I don't like the way he was looking at that cake.
He's going to unhinge his jaw and shovel the entire thing in. The man's like a snake.
That, and also I'm a little concerned because I had Sterling order the pizzas, and I thought I said make sure none of them have anchovies, but I saw one of them had anchovies. I think that would have been like a works, and the place did it. I need to make sure Max is allergic to anchovies. So let's make sure Max didn't eat any of those. But that's on me. I did not tell Sterling no anchovies. That was on me. I know it imposed dietary restrictions, and I forgot.
Benny, thank you for trying, at the very least. I'm sorry if I sound ungrateful, but thank you for trying.
Of course. And he says, it's weird because I'm also your employer. Can I give you a hug, Winston?
I'll take a side hug. That's fine.
He gives you a side hug.
Winston throws his arms around Benny and just kind of gives him a big, deep hug as soon as Benny comes in for a side hug.
And you guys go back, and Max is definitely eating a slice of pizza, I feel.
This is the best pizza ever.
Lizzie, there's an EpiPen in the first aid kit and on the wall there. Can you grab it?
Yeah, I can grab it. As I grab a piece of the anchovy pizza.
They're all anchovies.
On that note, the next card is actually pretty apropos in that regard. Lizzie, this one's for you.
The captain saves your life. What repayment did you offer, and what payment was requested? The payment requested, I'm not sure. I'm going to leave that one up to Paul.
Yeah, I'll figure that part out.
But I'd say that, like, my first outing, I ended up running into the Lantern Corps goons and didn't really understand how bad they could be. And Benny came in and saved my life and talked them down. And as payment, I offered my blood because I knew he was experimenting with blood somehow. I didn't know what, but
I think you did not know that. He was very discreet. His lab is not on the property.
Okay.
Like, this is, like, that was a big reveal where you were very shocked when it happened before. I don't think we can retroactively be like, oh yeah, sure, she did it.
Oh yeah, I just forgot.
But you guys, I will say you guys probably did. You guys probably are drinking buddies because you're the only person who can drink at Benny's level.
Yeah, definitely drinking buddies because I'm the only one close enough to be able to drink at his level.
Well, until Victor came along.
And even he drinks me under the table.
It's almost like his liver has a bottomless supply of liquor processing ability.
For some odd reason.
So what do you think you would have offered Benny instead, not knowing that Benny is a vampire alchemist?
The bottle.
All right.
That he ended up redoing. I offered a bottle of my favorite whiskey.
Oh, okay. I like that. I think we zoom in here and you're in the Paradise Police Station Pokey because, yeah, I think you were carrying contraband for the first time, right? Like, this is your first mission you were given where you were specifically to avoid the authorities. And I think you shot.
Yeah.
I think you shot at least one of them, and they may or may not have died. What do you think? Do you think you would have shot them dead, or do you think it would have just maimed them?
I probably would have maimed him to try and get away fast without murdering somebody.
Yeah, so I think what happened was you kneecapped a couple of them, and you're trying to get away, but eventually they did catch you. Like, they brought out the fucking chopper, like you got 4 stars in Grand Theft Auto, and they eventually brought you down non-lethally. Fortunately for you, you were pretty roughed up. And Benny goes, Sergeant Pepper, can I here's the bail money, and you hear him sweet talking like, no, you don't understand. She thought they were bandits. She thought that someone was trying to steal the package. She was just doing her duty. And he's feeding bullshit, but every time he says something, and Sergeant Pepper kind of looks funny. You see, you can't see great from your cell because there's a weird angle. You see Ben making a motion, which in hindsight you realize was just him bribing the police. And he's like, no, it won't happen again. I will make sure she knows how to recognize local law enforcement and identify them separately from thugs who want to rob her for her valuable package. It was a very high priority client. They paid very good coin. Yeah, and okay, she's free to go, but you're responsible for that's fine. And okay, Lizzie, you're free to go. Let's take you to Dr. Pepper to get looked at.
All right. Also, we need to hit a bar after this.
Oh, don't worry, Dr. Pepper will give you all the whiskey you need, I'm sure. And I get there, Dr. Pepper's busy at his second job. If you want to see him, he's actually down and he just works a bar. That's I guess that makes sense. Betty seems very disillusioned to this. Of course, Dr. Pepper is a bartender at night. Why not? He just gives you alcohol during the day, so why should he just give you alcohol at night? And so we go down to this little bar, and Dr. Pepper's like, "Hi, everybody!" He's do you have to do that every time we see you, Doctor? No, I'm not Dr. Pepper. I'm Barkeeper Pepper. I have the most sympathetic ear in paradise. Yes, because dentists are known for being sympathetic ears. Anyway, Lizzie, what are you drinking? It's on me.
Just my normal Jameson.
I'll take a bottle of Jack. Just give me the whole bottle. It's fine. And Dr. Nick's like, Okay, Mr. Franks, if you say so.
Leave the Jameson too.
All right, perfect.
Not sponsored by Jameson or Jack Daniels.
Yeah, so they set you up at the bar, but like that corner of the bar where like it kind of anchors around. It's like awkwardly between a wall, so there's not really anyone behind you guys. Like, you have a good fighting instinct, Lizzie. I appreciate that about you. You just gotta shooting. Like, I'm not saying shoot second. Shoot first is fine, but like maybe spend a few more seconds thinking before you shoot.
Well, I do that and then I end up dead.
Maybe not a few seconds. That's probably too much time. You just need to be able to analyze a little quicker and cleaner whether or not you should shoot him.
I get you.
I'm not much with the firearm, so I don't know the specifics of it. I was never a shooter. I was always more of a pencil pusher type. That's why I have folks like you and Sterling on the payroll. You guys handle the dangerous stuff.
Well, at least I can get drunk after that ordeal. And I look at Dr. Pepper, barkeeper Pepper, and I'm like, give me a full bottle of that Jameson for Benny here. It's on me.
Yeah, he's like, okay, and he hands it, and he's like, that's a kind gesture. I will take it. I'm going to pay for it. I don't want you to do that. What I want you to do, instead, if you really want to repay me, I want you to focus on becoming the best ESPN employee you can be, and not like, I'm delivering packages. No. You have a killer instinct, and I can see that. Someday I want you to be able to send you out on a team, and that team knows, oh, no one's stealing these packages. Lizzie will deal with them. I've seen that killer instinct in you. You have one of the sharpest eyes I've ever seen. I've seen you shooting practice. I've seen you be able to shoot a fly off a soda can.
Yes, sir.
Today you showed the packages will be safe in your eyes. I just want you to sharpen that hunter's instinct of yours. And someday, when I'm sure you're ready, I'm going to put you on the most important team of delivery people I ever assembled.
Yes, sir. I get you. And
he takes the bottle. He looks at it like, Jameson, huh? That's not my usual. He takes a sip. Like, pretty good.
And it's a green bottle.
That's also the story of how Benny started drinking whiskey instead of Jack.
Well, we don't know who Jack was originally, but, somebody named Jack.
I'm sure he's had many Jacks as a vampire in his time. Be nimble, be quick.
No, here's the thing. Benny doesn't eat people. Benny has hated being a vampire since the day he was sired.
So just Jack Russell Terriers. Gotcha.
Jack Rabbits.
Jackalope.
He's like, livestock, like the stereotypical vampire from TV that goes to like a butcher and gets a bunch of the blood from the butcher, like that thing. He has only ever eaten people when forced to by Procter & Gamble under duress.
That's dark and disturbing. Speaking of dark and disturbing,
he don't want to die.
Sterling, I have a dark and disturbing question for you.
That is extremely dark and disturbing. That's honestly a Max question.
The captain betrayed someone you know well. Who was it? Where are they now?
Can we circle back to this one? Let Max have it, but let Sterling have one more. We'll end on another Max scene of the between times.
Oh, okay.
Because honestly, I could see that being Rebecca.
It is probably Rebecca. I'm just saying, based on what I know of Max's backstory, that's my guess too.
Yeah, that was just what I know from his backstory.
There was a time when Benjamin Franks had betrayed someone I knew. He was an orphan.
That's funny.
Ooh, I like that one.
It's still a very good question, but it is less morally weird than the first one for Riley.
Orally weird is my standard, apparently. Go for it, Riley.
Which of the captain's orders do you most regret following?
Did Sterling ever deliver anything to what's-her-face?
Grace? Oh my god.
Or did Sterling have to do a job that may have interfered with something that Mercy was trying to do? Was Sterling not there for Mercy when they needed to be because they were off on the job?
We also do CD work, so it could also be a delivery you didn't approve of the contraband you were delivering or the criminal element.
Benny and Sterling are probably on similar pages in terms of crimes and their various levels of okayness.
Yeah, that's true.
Did Sterling have to make a delivery to their parents?
Oh, yeah, that would piss them off so much.
Or another family member that doesn't approve of him.
Mr. Proctor or Mr. Gamble, which one is your father?
Bum, bum, bum.
If that's the answer that we're going to go with, I think I can frame the scene for you, if you don't mind, Riley. I think what happened was, in that first year you're working for ESPN, there's a lot of local deliveries, right? And you just given, like, a lot of times you'll just be given bags of random mail, right? And it's like, okay, I need you to go to this neighborhood and do this. And it was close to your neighborhood, so you didn't think anything of it, like, oh, I have to deal with that. But I think as you're going through the bag of letters, like, oh shit, this is for my parents. And like, you were out in the field, and I think you come back after the fact, talk to Benny about it.
Start storming off to my loft, but run into Benny.
Sterling, are you okay?
Is there any way I could not deliver there anymore?
I thought they were mostly fine, but did you have a bad experience? Like, I can't imagine anybody like picked a fight with you for the mail. What happened?
It was a delivery for my parents. It was quick, and luckily they weren't home, but I want to run into them delivering mail. Last time I saw my father, he was in court. He didn't have a choice.
I'm sorry, Sterling. If I realized that was where your parents lived, I wouldn't have given you that assignment. It's important the mail gets delivered, but it didn't have to be you to be the one to deliver it.
I think Sterling just looks very humiliated and angry, but is trying not to take it out on Benny.
I think Benny clocks that. You know, it's okay to be angry sometimes.
Sometimes.
Tell you what, why don't you follow me out back to the train yard here? We have established that ESPN is located adjacent to the train rails in order to move big packages onto the train.
I'm intrigued. I follow.
So he walks you back, and there's like a warehouse that's like in shambles that like is clearly like an older building that like is in disuse now. Nobody uses this building anymore. It belonged to the postal people that came before made ESPN. They were a company called Quiznos. They aren't around anymore. My understanding is Subway basically ran them out of business before I got into the business. But no one uses this warehouse, so if you want to, I think you didn't realize, but he brought like a fucking baseball bat with him. He just like reaches like into a hammer space in his back, and boom, there's a baseball bat. You want to like just take your anger out on stuff in here. Nobody will question it.
Your very own rec room.
Like, there's just like a bunch of old postal infrastructure in this building, right? Like a broken letter sorting machine, random paintings and sculptures. Like, yeah, there's some good stuff you can break that's just lying around. That like, at some point it was probably a necessary piece of decor, but now it's just a piece of junk. There's also just definitely like, you know how like government buildings often have paintings and busts of government officials. He's just like, here, this is a, don't tell anyone I told you to do this. This is just a bust of John Proctor right there. You just go ahead and smash his face off.
Look at the bat, and then I just try to tackle the statue and knock it over barehanded.
Yeah, and I think it goes tumbling around. Like, oh, okay, yeah, you are more hands-on person, I guess. Traditionally people did this. It used to be like, oh, you take a bat to things. But yeah, if you want to do that, that's good too.
Knock, knock. Knock, knock. Benny, are you?
Max, I'm working on Sterling. It's a training with Sterling. What's going on?
The thing that you asked me to make for Sterling, it is completed. It's finished. I don't understand why you had me do this, but is it a surprise for Sterling, or can I just tell them?
I'm curious what this is because I can't think of anything else Sterling had before the beginning of the podcast that Sterling now has. But okay, sure. What is it, Max?
It's this large reinforced canvas bag that hangs from a chain, and it is stuffed to the gills so that you can hang it. Let's see. Let me read the note you gave me. Give something to Sterling to hone their fighting prowess and take out a little aggression on something other than you. Yes, here you go. It's very heavy. Do you mind?
The punching bag. I forgot I had that commission. Sterling, this is a coincidence. I was always going to give you this area. Today just seemed like the right day, and they hangs at the punching bag.
I run at it and jump at it, and I'm like bear cub clinging to it and chomping on it.
Okay, we'll work on the boxing stance later. That works too. Yeah, I mean, if you just want to smash stuff at random, I think that the employee kitchen in the back of this building has a bunch of old dishes. I think that the scene just pans away to Sterling brutalizing every object possible in the most feral way possible in this building.
Yeah, just like crash, smash. Are you sure about this? Smash. Are you sure this is okay to break? Smash.
No, it's fine. I technically own this building. It's fine.
Just trying to be polite, but absolutely not hesitating. Oh, what great gifts.
All right, and then we'll circle back to the question about betrayal for Max.
Yes. Let's see. It was the captain betrayed someone I knew well. Who was it, and where are they now? Yes. So, let's see. How long have we been working together now, with you three?
Well, you've known Lizzie for 5 years now.
And since apparently Lizzie and Sterling and Winston all start at the same time, 5 years.
Yes, 5 years.
Which I guess means Winston is now canonically 24 years old.
Yeah, that tracks.
Which also means that is a very long puppy. I forgot to include Shadow. Sorry, buddy. All right. He's such a well-behaved beast.
Shadow's about 6. He was about a year old when I came.
Still a puppy. So. Yes, there was a time when I woke up one day covered in blood and viscera, and I had claw marks all over my body and on my face and my back and my nethers. I thought I had maybe had a good time that night, but I did see there was a picture of two gentlemen that their faces look vaguely familiar, but it's almost like they work at Salute. But there was a note saying "You're welcome," and it was in Benny's handwriting. I don't understand it, but I'm sure there had to have been meaning behind it. He's always very well best friend after all, and I would do anything for that man.
That's the in-universe story you tell. Can you give me more information about the scene you're trying to set up here from sane Max's perspective?
Benny, I have gotten mostly past our antics together. We've been doing this for a very long time. We're not making any headway. And you know the Pickle Brothers. They keep stopping us at every point. And I know I'm aging slowly now, Benny, but I feel like my mind is slipping a little bit. If we're going to do something, we need to get rid of them once and for all.
I mean, I'd like to do that, Max, but the thing is, if we get rid of the Pickle Brothers, Procter and Gamble will be very mad. They will stop politely ignoring us.
Well, remember when we were talking about opening up that new township?
Oh, Salvation, that second city, yeah.
Yes, yes.
And we can hide out there for a little bit until the heat wears off, probably.
I was thinking perhaps you and I could arrange some sort of an accident. Maybe, if they were overseeing the construction, as I'm sure Lantern Corps is most keen to find what we're doing, as well as a new area to set up shop.
Okay, so your plan is to kill the Pickle Brothers and then we just disappear and move to Salvation?
I would absolutely adore that, yes.
Okay. I am tentatively on board with this. Let me make some arrangements to fake our deaths. Mine's gonna be kind of hard to fake. They know I'm hard to kill. But yeah, give me a day.
Let's do it on Valorweemus when we were supposed to be celebrating. It's a joyous occasion. I'm sure they won't notice it coming.
Okay, sure. Valorweemus. This is the April Valorweemus, I think, right? This is the Valorweemus where they hide eggs, specifically the candy eggs.
Yes, that one.
Where they hide them in trees for Arbor Day?
Yes.
Absolutely. And everyone wears a very tall top hat.
Yeah, of course, to carry all the eggs they find.
Or a pot.
And so I think what happens is we set up that thing and we go to Salvation where the Pickle Brothers are overseeing the construction of the final two. Because you have to build a city like this, you have to build from the bottom up, right? Like, obviously, it's like a pyramid. You have to work up around the structure of the mountain. You can't start at the top, work your way down. So they're working on the Clouds district of Salvation, but the bottom two districts are pretty much done. And I think Benny's like, oh, hey, Pickles Brothers, why don't we have a drink, for old time's sake? And, the Pickles Brothers, I don't think have put together that the reason you're pissing everybody off is Benny's letting you. Like, oh yeah, Benny wants to do something for a drink, we're going to drink on Benny's dime, sure. And Benny has had the barkeep, a woman named Layla, just kind of step out for that, like, hey, take your 15-minute break around then, slips her like some money, and I'm renting the place out for the night. Because Benny just had fucking ton of money to go around because he's a 1,000-plus-year-old vampire.
Oh, Layla, nice to meet you. Oh, your smile is very dazzling.
Oh, well, aren't you the kindest thing?
In another life, you and I would have gotten down on my knees, Layla. I would have begged you, darling. Please, Layla. But, alas, we cannot. We have business to attend, maybe afterwards.
Oh, aren't you sweet, hon? Well, I'm going to go take my break in like 5 minutes, like this kind man just paid me to do. And then when I come back, I'll make sure you're well taken care of. And she walks away, and you get in position to secretly murder the Pickle Brothers. The Pickle Brothers walk in there, yeah, and Benny's like, oh yeah, hey guys, hey, I already had your favorite drinks poured for you, and they sit down, their backs are completely wherever the fuck you're hiding.
As they are sitting there with their fresh squeezed drinks, I just quietly raise a dagger, and then I forget what I'm doing. I look around, and I know why I'm here. I know what I'm supposed to be doing, but it's just behind the misty cloud in my brain. And I stand up fully. Oh. Hello?
Well.
Oh no, I think they clock the confusion in Max's face, like, oh hey there, buddy.
Hi, hello. Benny, what are we doing here?
Oh, Max, we were having a drink with your good old friends, the Pickles Brothers. You remember the Pickles
Not really. I'm sorry. But if we're having a drink, do you mind if I join you?
Benny goes, sure. Yeah, the bartender's on her break though, so why don't we? And Thomas looks at Benny like, don't fuck with us, Benny. You had a plan here. You were gonna fucking betray us. And it's like, Dylan, you take dumbass over here, and I'll take Benny. And I think Dylan goes to try killing you, and Tommy goes for Benny, and he's like, you idiot, I'm a stronger vampire than you, and literally rips the head off of his shoulders. Max, please, I need you to wake up, dude. I can't.
Huh? What?
Fuck.
Hmm?
And Dylan absolutely rips your throat open, and then remembers that your blood is acidic, and he's like, it burns! And you die, and they're like, shit. And he reaches into his thing, he pulls out the syringe of super stuff, and stabs you, and you're back to regular Max for a minute.
Dylan just tried to bite his throat out, and now his face is just completely disfigured with all the...
Yeah, Dylan fucking forgot that Max is vampire poison. Because his default attack method is biting things. Max, please, tell me you're you now.
And then, my dear friends, it went sideways. And let me tell you, Benny was on that day. He was running about with swords flashing, and there was exciting music going on. He had a whip at one point, and he swung across the bar, and he kicked them in the
Max,
face.
that was just that's Indiana Jones. We had that at the orphanage.
Oh.
I had that at home in Tightwad. Only I read the book.
Oh, I remember. Oh, okay, 5 years ago. Yes, getting back to the story. I awakened this way. Benny was, he was scared about something that day. He told me that I needed to lay low for a while, and then I remember coming. Oh, now I remember. Wilhelm.
God rest his soul.
Yes, he was an interesting chap.
Screamed all the time.
All the time. Did you know he took a very large explosion for me? It was amazing.
It's the reason we didn't have an open casket funeral.
Well, I mean, there wasn't anything to put in a casket.
So Winston just feels Wilhelm's presence because Wilhelm did not get a proper paradise funeral. It's really annoying because you just keep hearing, oh,
Wilhelm, I know. I can hear you. That being said, we're working on it.
So basically what has gone on is, over the last 100 or so years, the Pickles brothers did not get killed that night. It went pear-shaped, as Max says.
I think when Benny tried ripping the Pickles brothers' head off, he did a half-assed job. He just snapped the neck so they were stunned and he thought they were dead, and eventually all hell broke loose.
Yeah, but now they are marked, and when Max woke up, it was after one of his lucid bouts where he gets his proper injection. And I think that possibly that Benny was trying to save Max, knowing that Max's mind is almost irretrievable, and tries to implant the idea that the Pickles brothers are no more.
Okay, so the betrayal is he let you think that so you'd stop trying to chase the Pickle brothers.
Yes, and now I know. And Max is going to take vengeance. Actually, he won't remember in 2 minutes. It'll be fine.
But Lizzie will, and Lizzie still owes them for Taylor.
With that final flashback, we've reached the end of Oh Captain, My Captain. And that requires us to make two final decisions. Our journey's complete, nearly complete, and the prize can be seen in the horizon. As a group, we have to define the true nature of the prize, each describing one detail, and then we'll determine what the prize is from there. I'll go first this time. I think the prize is not something, it's something intangible. It's not like an actual physical thing we're looking to accomplish. It's more of a an ideal or a goal.
Are we just going down the line?
It's whoever has an idea can pop in.
Okay.
Well, I mean, there would be the opportune time to set everything up for the big downfall, as it were, of the blood-sucking vampires that we are enthralled to, unfortunately. Is that nebulous enough?
I think that is one of the options left on the table when you said it's intangible. Is that the treasure you think Benny's been setting you up to find this whole time, or is that just like the goal Benny's been achieving?
I think Benny works behind the shadows.
An army of postal workers.
More an army to protect Mac.
He could be acquiring, resources for a specific goal or purpose. Going through packages, skimming things off the top, taking particular pieces that he needs to accomplish his ends. I mean, it doesn't have to be the destruction of Lantern Corps. It could be something better for the city or better for himself. I mean, for all we know, it could be his own death. Or a place where he feels comfortable dying.
I think he knows that Max's blood could take down Procter & Gamble and the Pickle Brothers, and therefore he's been collecting postal workers to protect Max so that we could use his blood to take them down.
A country bumpkin sharpshooter, a fancy pants orphan, and some person off the streets that's a lot stronger than is good for a human. Oh, that's a great army. It's fantastic. I feel so safe.
Hey, the fancy pants orphan can summon ghosts.
Don't forget the several hundred average competency people who have no names.
And don't forget Shadow.
Poor Wilhelm.
Poor Wilhelm.
And one plucky dog.
I have nothing but admiration for Shadow, the bestest boy.
Because Shadow actually has a new feature that y'all don't know about yet.
Can't wait.
We'll get there, but in the meantime, does anyone have any other defining aspects of this intangible treasure? Before we make suppositions of what the intangible treasure is. I get the impression of Lizzie's assumption is that it is the large army.
Freedom from Lantern Corps.
Freedom, that's a good one.
Yes. Also, a sunshiny day.
And a song that never ends.
Oh my god, no. I meant a literal sunshiny day.
Yeah, just chasing the clouds away.
Oh god, what did I start?
Riley, you have any suppositions? Suggestions?
Unfortunately, I was thinking freedom too, so now I'm trying to come up with something else.
No, if we collectively determine it. So if we all think it's freedom, I mean, that means 100 different things in this regard. Like if he's bringing us all together to, you mean freedom for him, freedom for the city, freedom for Max?
Freedom for Max's mind. Freedom for his life to end the way he wants it to end. Freedom for the city from the vampires. Freedom for Lizzie to be able to go out and be the leader that he knows she should be. Freedom for Sterling to deal with all their demons and to shine as brightly as they possibly can. Freedom for Winston to be able to control and manage not just the ghosts, but his own inner demons. And freedom for Shadow to eat all the hot dogs.
And pickles.
I don't know how he keeps opening the back door. He shouldn't be able to open the back door. I lock it every single time.
It's actually funny. Shadow's secretly a wereman. Not a werewolf. No. Shadow's a dog that can, at will, turn into a human. Which is why that joke about him being a creepy gentleman now makes sense.
So he got bit by a...
He got bit by a man in this house.
Man bites dog.
I need to specify for the users this is what is classically referred to as a joke.
It took us 2 hours, but we got there. Before we move to claim the prize, we have to vote on what we believe the most important truth we've learned about the captain is. So, one by one, I'm going to ask you for a thumbs down, a flat hand, or a thumbs up. Paul, you're going to need to vote to help break the tie in the event that there's a tie.
Okay.
Thumbs down if you think he is strong or wicked. A flat hand if you think he is weak or foolish. Or a thumbs up if you think he's wise or righteous. And normally it's on the count of 3, everyone votes, but because we are doing this in an audio format, let's go one by one. And I'll start off, and I'm going to give it a thumbs up. Mainly because I think that despite his flaws as a person, Benny has shown nothing but kindness to us. And while for a long time he may have been fearful and weak, he has decided to take the remaining time that he has and use it towards helping those that he can. And I think now, especially in the times that we're in, that's a very good lesson to learn, is that you may not be able to solve every problem, but you can use the resources you have and use the strength that you have and use the power that you have to help whoever you're able to. So I vote thumbs up.
I will too also vote thumbs up.
I will only vote if there's need to break a tie, because I feel like voting on the moral compass of my original character, who's my DM PC in this campaign, is an ambiguous thing to do.
I'm gonna vote thumbs up because, yes, he's been kind and generous and tries to make us the best that we are and can be.
Every vote counts, so yeah. Overall, thumbs up.
I think for fairness, we let Riley go first for the next question if there's multiple questions.
The night before you go to claim the prize, a stranger approaches. They accuse your captain of vile crimes and claim the captain is a deceiver who will ultimately corrupt or betray you. Knowing that the most dangerous trial lies ahead, do you still follow your captain into the breach? Dear friends, once more.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Depends on if I'm lucid or not. But more than likely, yes.
You'll follow us, so lucid or not, you'll follow.
Maybe not the one that stabbed him.
What other choice do we have, if only for the reason that we still have a lot more to learn?
I love how the depth and complexity of this character that Paul has made just keeps growing. Good job, buddy.
Thank you. I do want to share as a aside. Remember how I mentioned Benny has assumed many names over the years? He was actually Benjamin Franklin.
Of course.
Benny Franks is one of his old names he's recycling.
And that's why I used his full name the other day.
He's also Benjamin Button.
Listen, that's only if you go backwards, like a long time. Wait.
And Benjamin Bunny.
Well, that was Oh Captain, My Captain, and thank you all for playing that. Hopefully, that's a very big departure from what we normally do, but hopefully you enjoyed that game.
Clip episode.
Before we stop recording, I want to do just one thing, just quickly with you.
Okay.
As everyone's drinking and cavorting about, I go into Benny's office real quick and I ask Ames to come see me. I take him back out of his bottle, having witnessed all of the conversation that Max had with Rebecca earlier. And after a quick debrief, I'm taken aback by the fact that Max is the key to everything. And I send Ames off to go inform Dijonais about what happened. And I sit there and I would like to just do one quick Blades thing and do a quick survey roll to try to see if I can find anything in Benny's desk that may tell me what I need to do with this information.
So you go ahead and roll survey. Just because I don't think you even have a character sheet up, but you can have a bonus dice for the sake of not being negative.
No, it was a 3, a 3, and a 2. I just basically send him off, and I kick one of Benny's drawers open it, and look into it, expecting to find something that is going to give me a nice button to this, and instead I find...
You don't find any, guidance on what Benny is.
Some vampire pornography.
I think you do remember, he did make it pretty clear the answers are in that fucking locker.
I don't know what I was expecting.
But you also get this, weird impression. We're going to cut really quick to Dijonay's in her lab somewhere in Paradise, because you did set her up to make stuff here. She's, moved off to, her, living situation above the lab. And she's getting settled in for the night, and Ames pops through her fucking wall, hey, I still have to tell you. She's like, holy shit! I thought I told him not to send ghosts unannounced to my fucking house. And then she gets the information you sent. After you scared the living bejesus out of her. But Winston, you leave the office dejected because you thought you'd find something clever. And at this point, Sterling has probably wandered up into the loft. Lizzie's wandered off to her apartment somewhere. Max is somewhere getting ready to sleep, doing something that Max would do. And I think you, as you're turning off the lights, getting ready to go to your house with the little lady ghost, you see a letter in the drop-off box tonight, which is not uncommon, but, it's wedged in there like someone wanted you to see it, but not see it in with the regular mail.
This is strange.
Yeah, and it occurs because you pull it out, and it's addressed to Winston Thoreau.
Okay, I open the letter.
You recognize the handwriting immediately as that fuck Nathan. It says, I know you want what I have. You and your friends are invited to the famous footwear facility here in Paradise in 2 days' time. I will give it to you if you can prove you deserve it.
If I didn't know him better, I would say that this is a love letter, because that was very, very euphemistic.
I was holding my mouth shut.
I'm flattered, but no thank you, Nathan.
So you don't plan on accepting Nathan's invitation to get the stuff from the locker?
No, I'm going to go see him at the famous factory. I'm going to take everyone's temperature on it, obviously, but I just the no thank you is more to what I feel like was a proposition for some form of coitus.
This is your childhood best friend. I hope not.
Stranger things, man. Stranger things.
Although he's also a robot, so that makes a whole other of a quandaries.
Next time, don't word it like a dirty boy, okay?
I was just trying to do subterfuge, guys, but okay.
Justin has a dirty mind. I have a dirty mind. Queenie probably has...
Queenie has a dirty mind. Gen X, sailor's daughter, sailor's wife. How much dirtier can you get?
Riley's the only one who's an angel among us, okay?
Yeah, Riley, you are the best of us.
Very obviously, it's fine.
So our tale ends with Winston looking at this letter of famous Nathan saying, come and get it, you fucker.
Does he know what he meant when he wrote that? Blades in Paradise is Paul Kinter as Master of Ceremonies, Justin Langston as Maximilian Graves, Queenie as Lizzie Calhoun, Amel Riley as Sterling Ackred, and myself, Jim Remis, as Dr. Winston Thoreau. Special thanks to Janie Potts for joining us this week as J.G. Wentworth. Dami is our editor, and Allison is our producer. You can directly support this show at patreon.com/bardrockcafe, starting at just $3 a month. We've just updated our Patreon rewards, so now is a perfect time to subscribe. Subscribers can join us on Discord, can come play games with us, and receive access to ad-free episodes and an ever-growing library of bonus content. You can support the podcast for free by sharing us on social media, by word of mouth, or by rating and subscribing on your favorite podcatcher. Lastly, you support us just by listening. Thank you for listening, dear friend.